Our first speaker this morning is Mike Slattery. Mike has been in the insurance business for the past 17 years. He knows how important insurance coverage is when you have a loss, especially a catastrophic loss. If you haven't had your head in the sand recently, then you know there are horrific fires continuing to burn in Central and Northern California. The property and human loss is considered one of the worst in the history of California. The title of his speech is No Insurance Act. This morning, Mike will be speaking for 5 to 7 minutes about how proper insurance coverage on real property can alleviate financial worry and emotional stress when a catastrophic loss occurs. Please help me welcome our first speaker this morning, Mr. Mike Slattery.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, and good morning, fellow Toastmaster, most wanted guests. This past Sunday, 60 Minutes interviewed Governor Moonbeam, Governor of California. And in that interview, Governor Moonbeam said that this is one of the worst fires in the history of California. And that because of that, if you don't believe in global warming, please come and help fight the fires. Then you will become a believer. The fires have created more chaos and more emotional stress to a human being than probably anything else except death. And in this case, fires do create death. So I want you to imagine with me that you now live in Santa Barbara, Central California. You've had a very successful life. You've been able to live in a $900,000 to $1 million home, been able to pay off that mortgage in 15 years, and that was 5 years ago. And in that time, when you paid off that mortgage, you decided that instead of paying $5,000 a month, or a year rather, for your insurance to protect your home, you could spend that money to go to Italy, South America, anywhere in the world. And because you live in a neighborhood that is totally secure, very safe, you don't think that there would be any problem because you have $1 million or over in your liquid assets. Now, a liquid asset, and James, you may be able to help me with this, is money that you can get probably within 30 days. Close to that, anyway. So you're not worried about a loss to the house if it happened to be a pipe that broke or if it happened to be a theft of some kind. You could cover that with the money that you have. Uh-oh. Thomas fire. There's a knock on your door. You open the door, there's a sheriff saying you have 1 hour to get out of your house. Because if you don't, it's going to burn down and you may be dead. Take the most precious property that you have and get out. So you leave. You go down to the local high school where in the gym they have set up an emergency relief where you can stay, and you stay there for 5 days. Now you're allowed to come back to your home. You get back to the house, and what do you see? A cement slab full of debris and a chimney standing straight up. What do you do? What do you do? You take a look at what your whole life is represented now is gone. It's gone. we rebuild? Who's gonna do it? Where's the money gonna come from? We have $1 million in assets. We have $1 million in cash. So when you think about it, what's it gonna cost me to rebuild this house? $400,000, $500,000. Whoa! There goes half of my savings for my whole life. Just to rebuild my house to get back to where I was. And I still don't have all my property. But I saved $25,000 so that I could go to Europe, South America. But now, that doesn't mean anything. Those vacations cost, and now my life is in rubble. Had they spent that $25,000, $5,000 a year, the house would be rebuilt. Their personal property would have been brought back to them. They wouldn't have to stay anywhere but in an equal residence until their house was finished. All that is paid for by the insurance company. So their whole life, even though it's been disrupted, is now at least has a direction so they can get back to the way they were. And what else? Didn't cost them a dime. A deductible, that's all. House is rebuilt. Any kind of separate structures that they may have had in the backyard, such as a fence, a gazebo, a tool shed, all that comes back. All it costs is a deductible. So my thought for the day to leave with you is, if you have no mortgage, or even if you do have a mortgage, call your insurance agent. Have him take a look with you what you have, and make sure that whatever the coverages that you have cover. Because right now, with what's going on here in California, some people might think we're in the
Apocalypse.
what is it called? Apocalypse. That's what it is. Mr. Toastmaster.